Okay, here we are in La Dorada. Across the road, obscured by the trees, is the Palacio de Justicia, or the Palace of Justice, or the Palacio sin Justicia is what I call it. As that is what has been going on. Now then. This morning I filed for the annulment basically and the revision of the divorce with my ex that happened on the 27th of June 2024. It was just a mockery of a divorce, illegal total, and it's led to this extreme stress and pressure for my son and myself. And now, as time passes on, everything flows, you get the full picture. Time reveals the full picture. So I'm calling out the judge, Girado, Alonzo, Torro, Marin, for colluding to separate me from my son, to separate me from my land, and basically this is like the start of the captura institucional. So what that means is that the institution has been captured by private means, or for private gains, or for gains other than what is supposed to be. Why we're there is for the best interest of the child. That's the first directive in family law, is above all else that is. And I left that court with an agreement, although be it verbal, that we were going to proceed in peace. We're going to proceed in peace, and obviously that would involve process of conciliation and agreements being made, which should have been there in order for the court to finalize the divorce. We had to have the papers for a custody agreement and for the property. The divorce was filed as that's it, it's done, yet those documents are not there on the public record, because I was very wanting the peace again, wanting the conciliation, knowing that if we don't do that, that it will come to this point where I am right here, right now, on the 6th of February 2026 now, with over 60 videos on YouTube where I'm defending myself and my rights to exist as a father and exist as somebody that bought land and has land and can live on the land in Colombia. That is why they exist, and that is why yesterday, after having to review again the artwork of Emmerich Weisenberger and being molested by the state officials, the Fiscalia, John Freddy, Cardenas, Pineda, being molested in the morning once again by the man, calling me up on WhatsApp, thinking he can just call me John Freddy, thinking he out of the blue. I've had nothing from you, nothing official. You should have been here. You said it was urgent in the first communication that you speak to me to qualify my claims of the abuse in the process with the functionarios here. And that was several months ago. You literally, you sent me over the edge, and then half an hour later I get another call and WhatsApp message from Leonardo, the lawyer that the Victoria Court supposedly appointed before Christmas, saying, I need you to come and see me. It's a joke. And I have to, at the same time, I'm working very, very hard, doing very honest work, very inspiring work. Inspiring, forget the honest. It's like a day's work, a good in my books, a good honest day's work deserves like you know, one, pay, and two, like the space to be able to work in peace, right? That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. And while I've got projects to work on that demand my focus, demand me being relaxed, at the same time I feel intentionally squeezed and pressured for an emotional reaction. And yesterday the dam broke, the emotional reaction happened, I was in floods of tears again, and I recorded it. Yeah, anti-Machiavelli, totally anti-Machiavelli. I spilled my guts. I was like swearing my head off. I was in a rage, total rage, yeah. And it's troubled me since, like, oh my God, there you go, now you're crazy, now they can say this and I can say that. But actually no, because that rage was sent to a specific group of people that are involved in the case at the moment. I sent it to them. 12 of them looked at it. As soon as like it had the desired effect that I felt that they've seen it, it then went private. So it was for that intent and purpose. The people that were mentioned in it, in my rage video, yeah, which I do not want to show the world, so please don't be passing it around or showing it, sort of putting it on social media saying, look at him, he's mad, crazy, la 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 in the head. If you do, I'll sue you. It was for that group. It was for that specific group mentioned in the email that it got sent to. It was there for an hour and then it got shut down. It's private now. No one can see it. This is, I feel, yesterday, in my rage, it's not the first time I've let go. I don't usually publish. It's the first time I publicise it. But when I'm alone, you know, it's like frustration and rage gets vented, comes out. Yesterday was particularly strong. What I'd say was, like, in reflection from that I am giving voice to all of the fathers in particular in Colombia, yeah, because we're the ones getting screwed by the ICBF. You gang up on the men. It's totally sexist, anti-life, anti-family. The psychologists are to blame, totally, 100%. And the defensors de familias, obviously. And psychology is like a massive field. You could be two psychologists can disagree on every single thing that is between them to agree upon as psychologists. Just because you got a title of a psychologist doesn't make you a good therapist. It doesn't make you a good judge of character. It doesn't make you a good listener, more of all, which you're supposed to be. And it doesn't make you fit to stand and give witness in a court like Marcela Nagles Mosquera was told to do the other day. I also reported that her abuses today when I reported the court, the judge over there in the court. Again, I mean, what do you have to say? What is it? I understand what it is. We're in a process. It's very complicated. It's very complex. There's lots of parties involved, lots of moving parts, you know, lots of abuse. And I still don't have my boy, but I know I'm getting him. I know you're coming home soon, Matteo. Things are just in process. But what I'll say to everybody involved that could have like really stepped up and said, right, get the lad with the dad. Speak to the mum, see what he's saying about his claims. It would have solved a lot of personal sorrow and grief. But I have to go through this process because for me, as an Englishman, right, as a white man, is it because I is white? Yeah. As a more or less white, you know, Englishman, fairly well educated, state system, but you know, I educated myself primarily after you got the basics, but you know, as an adult, that I have the ability to speak with my big loud voice and my big long tongue, as has been told, means you're a grass in Colombia if you've got a long tongue, flapping and speaking the truth, you know, about other people's nonsense. That in order for me to do this work that I'm doing now, which is spiritual, we're in a spiritual battle, that much is clear. Always have been. There'll always be that thing going on in humanity, in ourselves. Do the right, do the wrong. Where does that lead to? Every little decision leads to another one. One bad decision can lead to the next. La la la. We're humans, fallible. That's what we're dealing with in ourselves, right? Just that. So, Mr. paul.Thomas Exall, this avatar which I'm inhabiting, this skin suit, has been given a task, which is to come into Colombia and to be totally abused by the system and his son, and involving other countries in the process, other, like, you know, jurisdictions, international, to be pushed right to the brink of madness and beyond, but to be challenged with the challenge of you will stand up, you will speak, and by the time the world is ready to hear you properly, because my voice has been quashed, I've been silenced, as whistleblowers are, and just being like under narcissistic abuse for years, you don't get a word that's listened to. Then it gets put on you by the others as well. Oh my God, enough to drive you insane. I'm not insane, super stressed, not insane, as I hope it comes across. Bit but not insane. It's like stress induced, you know, sometimes extreme expressions. Bad language is used at times to express the, you know, the intensity of what's going through my mind, what's going through my emotions, my emotional body. In order for me, right, to be able to speak up and pull up the ICBF, the social services, and their associates, courts and everything on everything that is possible for a parent to experience once the child has been taken, emotionally and psychologically. That everything that goes through the mind, that is experienced deeply by every parent in Colombia, right, and around the world, that has had the child taken, and this is the core of the class action, that has had the child taken by whoever, in my case by the other parent, goes to went to the ICBF, social services, asked for help, asked for support, got ignored, and then didn't get the child back, and they never saw the kid again. Now I know what it feels like. I understand what it is. The sexual abuse aspects, like everything. Other people in full control blocking you so you can't even see your child, and you know there's abuse. Like I've sat at that table, or ate that meal with you, with all of you, linked arms, crying into our beers, mainly dads, right? A profoundly sick, sexist, racist, homogenous global system that is the social services, because the same shit goes on over there in England, all over the place, and I think that is the UN that set it all up. They did here. The UN set it up in 1968. I've not even bothered to even look at it, because I know already it's obvious everywhere in the Americas, and they had the influence in Europe. And now in 3 years they think that they're going to digitalize everything, right? And all these processes, like with defensores de familias, like involving the psychologists and all this, but doing it in the way that the Google DeepMind and the Guardians, who are the self-appointed guardians that have designed the future for us, the WEF lot, the WEF, and the Bilderbergs and all that lot, right? The designers, the social engineers, Tavistock Institute, designed the education and the social services for the next 100 years. Basically, it's their plan, and this is why I'm here, sat on my arse here, making this video about the Palacio sin Justicia across the road. It's a very long video, another biggie, 15 minutes, oh, not too long. So, as a man, like rage is inhuman. Like these stories of like women that have gone into a rage and fought off like lions and that have been trying to take the kids. There's literally the strength just come from nowhere. That is there, and I feel that I'm hearing it in others as well. Like it's in the zeitgeist that we've pushed that, we've made that unacceptable. The expression of anger, even to the point of rage, even, you know, like with the voice, you know, like saying things that you would not do, but you, like yesterday said, I'll eat your liver, you know, like I wouldn't eat someone's liver, not my thing. Might have a bit of the bum cheek on the grill, not the liver. It cleans all the blood and that from a human. No thanks, no. Steak, right? Like the Maoris, and then when you do a shit, next day it's like, that's what your name is forever and ever. As I found out from visiting Aotearoa, New Zealand, that's the deal why they used to eat the enemies after the battle. It's like because they come from a culture where you remember all of the ancestry going back for thousand years, all the men, all the women, right? And that the worst thing that could happen to you is that you get aggressive with someone, you start a fight, right? You think to go get aggressive, you want to take someone's woman or take someone's land, right? Like just be aware that if you lose, you're gonna get eaten. Be on the grill, right? Is it a hungy when they do it in the ground? Forget. You're going to be on the grill anyway, and then your name will be synonymous with shit, and your woman will be taken as a slave, and your kids will be brought up with the name of the man that beat you, so your name won't exist anymore in the history. Your name's wiped, literally, because your kids and your wife don't have your name, and that was what it was. And will be synonymous with, literally, like that's what you ended up as you passed through, and you were turned into literal excrement. I thought, wow man, nice one. To my pal is like, that's very interesting, makes sense. And like when when it's cold midwinter, there's nothing else to eat, someone started a fight with you, yeah, why not? It's better than starving, isn't it? Or just, I'm joking obviously, I'm like just playing, but that coming from a Western culture, like with a rage, the expression of rage would be seen as abhorrent, would be seen as like, oh, that loads of people totally uncivilized, cannibals, la la la, no, right? Not acceptable. So my expression yesterday went up on YouTube again. I only left it up there for an hour, let the people see it in the email come down. It disturbed me, but that I could share that really disturbed me. I thought I was going to come back on you, and then I've been meditating on that all morning. Like I come to the conclusion that it's totally justified because of all of the sickness in the process. I'll say sickness because when you don't abide the law and you're against the family, that is a kind of sickness, right? Mental illness that's infected the judiciary and all those connected with social service. Power trip. They're on a power trip. They think we got the power, we can just manipulate the system and screw you. Well, not on my watch and not with my matty. Okay, so that's the video. I walk past now, not allowed to do it. I'll get a better video of see the building. It's horrible. It's like it's been designed, reminds me of the building in London, you know, the Owl, the MI5, is it MI6 headquarters? Oh, there you go. You see you walking past now, just like I'm pretending I'm talking. I'm not, I'm recording. Last time I come outside with a camera, they got upset. They got upset with me. But yeah, that day I was in there and I spoke very clearly. I said, it's okay, we'll proceed in peace, but obviously there's conciliation. I will not return back into the Bearside Familiar in Victoria. I didn't name names, but now I am with Dr. Daniel Wilches Montana and his psychologist Cindy Magnolia Bastidas Gaitan. I will not enter. And then I was forced, under violence, under force, with repeated requests for me to attend conciliation meetings, the nonsense being thrown at me, the accusations of physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse against my son, against the mother, and all because Judge Girado decided to manipulate the process and allow the violence to continue, which had been reported to him directly in the documents that had been submitted in the divorce process by my lawyer. Diego Romero Mendez, another one, you Diego, all playing games, and then a few weeks later getting me in the court, like with the mother-in-law, with false demands for monies. Look at my face again, screwing up, look at my lines, horrible. Stressed me out, man, for nothing. You all got paid well. The judge is getting paid to do a job well. My lawyer got paid really well. Everyone got paid well. I was really straight. I was asking for support and help the proper way you do it. I asked for my lawyer to go to Samana and see what the complaint was about with me. Didn't go. And then he accepts, Diego accepts that I say, yeah, okay, I owe the money, the 12 grand. $12,000, yeah, he said okay. Total lie. And he's still practicing now, playing with somebody else's life and the judge, no problem. I reported this to the Consejo Judicial and they said, we don't think you got a case. But yeah, you're within your rights if you don't want to attend the court, like a family court. You don't want to attend, you're in your rights. That's all they said. And like repeatedly, I've complained like about 3-4 times to Consejo Judicial, and it's like, no, we'll just throw you back there with Wilches, putting me on a loop, on an eternal loop of abuse. That's what's happened. That's where my life has been for years, and I know it's all getting resolved. I just feel that now I've opened this door of communication, and it was very difficult. I don't enjoy putting any of this, my life, online like this, but I feel that now I've seen what is going on with the kids. Yeah, I fully understand the situation, that the alcalde's there, like all the structure, the courts over there. It's just a machine to wash, rinse and go the people, and to get a load of money off the fathers in Colombia and give the kids to the woman. That's how it is. Like, what? No matter the situation, it's archaic. And then they think they're going to pull the rug and fix it all with the digitalization of the ICBF, just like they're doing with the rural school program. That's criminal. Totally criminal. All of it. And you've been caught with your pants down, as they say, haven't you? So yeah, no more direct WhatsApp messages from any more functionarios, please. John Freddy, you've still not responded. Yesterday I said, can you send me an email, please? I'm not listening to your messages, send me an email. You've still not responded. I've not had the Radicado number off you from when you said it was urgent several months ago to speak to me. You didn't speak. I've shared loads of information with you, which by rights would have meant that you yourself would have been able to ensure that Mateo was okay, and that he's got equal time with his mum and dad, and that his mum's being looked after as she needs to be, and everything is okay. And you chose to play me like a fool. You play me like a fool. You're the fool, Johnny. You don't play with people's lives just because you give a title of, oh, I'm with the fiscal here, the judicial police. Like, whoa. Well, it did impress me. I thought, right, finally, some movement. And the Procuradoria told me that I have to speak to you urgently. It's like, right, well, I'm here. And then you didn't come. And then yesterday, again, I'll repeat, you try and call me, you're sending voice messages on WhatsApp. It's totally illegal. Respect my space, and please send the email to me with the Radicado number and what you require me to do. What you require me to do for the process to proceed, so that you can sort your case out and do your job properly. You're supposed to be an investigator, not a molester of families, entering the situation when you know it's all about the child, and you didn't know about all this AI education stuff and Emmerich when I told you months ago, hey, have a look at this. You didn't pick up on that, senor. That's right. And I told you, and I told the intendente here, I won't mention his name, both of you, when I found out there's cats on the scene, Emmerich, I in the group chat, I added you both in my group chat on WhatsApp, and I said, please, can you attend to this now? The same with the Facebook, the social media post. John Freddy, you didn't do anything. And then you just disappeared and allowed the court, knowing that I paid the money, you must do, you're in the case, you're investigating, knowing I paid the money to Hazer, you allowed the visits to be stopped. Total abuse, sir. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to retrain, get another job, man. Sack him. Sack John Freddy Cardenas Pinada para that obstruction of justice for the part of the institutional capture. He's dead centre stage. That's what I'd say. Now, I've come to my conclusion. Judge, jury, executioner. Sack the man. Immediately suspend him and get right into his emails and all of his WhatsApp messages, anything to do with me and my case. That's it. No more. Over and out for today. For the moment. While I work out what I need to do. I need to get, I am getting all my property to my farm, but as I've still not heard anything back from the functionarios in Victoria, I'm reconsidering doing it tomorrow. I think I'll leave it 2 more days for Monday morning and wait and see if they can get their acts together, or if, you know, the people that do have the authority to step in, like the ICBF, the bosses, recover my son, make sure that his mum's okay, then that's it, isn't it? That's it. That's all I've been asking for. Equal time with my son, right? Which now means an extended period of time, because she's had him for 16 months, so, you know, it's not 2 weeks anymore, is it? And to have a relationship with his English family, and to be able to enter my property to manage the farm and get a business together, which is what I came here to do, and I still intend on doing. That's my intention. I'm not, despite all of the accounts and everything Hayes has been saying for years, it was never my intention to just leave Colombia and never come back. It was my intention to leave Colombia, have time with my family, look at making a life in Europe, putting Matty in the school that I've had his name on for 3 years, in Spain, and continuing to have a relationship with my son. That's it. A relationship with my son. Covered a lot of ground there. You see all these videos, like the things I've just said there, if I'd had a proper investigator, like John Freddy, the judicial police investigator, in front of me, both with laptops open, 6 months ago, everything that I've said and more would have given him the ability to say, immediate, hard, get the boy to the father, help the family. But you thought you played a manipulation game, thinking that somehow, one way or another, everything will just work out to Hace's benefit, and to those that are corrupting the process. It seems like it's your actions or lack of actions would suggest as much. There's definite like space for an inquiry there, a suspension first, I would say, and then a serious inquiry into who told you to speak to me, when was it, where are the communications, and why didn't you follow through, John Freddy, on your first communication when you said it is urgent, I've been told to speak to you, I'm coming to Dorada next week. Where are you? That's it. I mean, I can carry on like this for bloody years. Literally, they've got enough like information to just keep making videos like this until I'm blue in the face. The ultimate point is I'm going to be reunited with my son, right? Whenever that day and time is, right, I'm going to be reunited with my son. I suggest to the people that are involved that I know that they're so wrong, that so I don't have to keep repeating the things that are traumatic, are very upsetting, and naming the names publicly. You pull your fingers out of wherever you've got them and you get my son back to me in these, like today would be good, coming days, whatever, today. You need to coordinate, and you need to organise, and you need to pay attention to the bloody law and apply it. I don't see where I'm at fault still, apart from my total nervous breakdown yesterday. Like I say, I justify that, and it's not for the public, it's solely for those to feel my pain, to feel what it is, what they're doing to a father, and what they've done to other families by behaving in such a disgusting manner around the children. Mariana, Pamplona, Cindy Magnolia, Wilches, Juan Camilo, and the Judge Paola, all in Victoria, and the Inspector of the Police, all there in Victoria in particular. That little group in particular, that's the heart of the evil, the corruption, and then it just like goes from there through to wherever they touch, because obviously foreigner, big mouth, stands up for his rights, you know, against the system, the court system, and what they thought, what chance does he have? We'll just screw him, and what can he do? This is what I can do. I can speak live, I can speak loud, I can upload the things that what I've just said there, everything should have been taken down as a statement. It should all be being taken down as things are going on. I should have a caseworker, a guarantee of rights, which was promised to me by the Armando, the Fiscalia 10, like whatever your second name is, Carillon, right? It was promised many months ago as well, never appeared. With the Jasmine Gomez chick, yeah, the big you know, the big shot who wants to be the mayor, Manizal, is supposed to protect human rights. Yeah, just ignore me, Bobby. Just ignore me. Stay there. So, this is what you get. in Colombia and around South America. I imagine it's just the same, possibly better, possibly worse in places, different places, but it's the UN that have caused this problem, the corruption, and the UN are one big family. Yeah, you only get a job, very rare, very difficult to get a job in the UN unless you're connected to the families that started the UN and that continue to run it, right? It's a cancer. It's a cancerous system because it only sucks, it only feeds on the people, it doesn't give anything back. It's parasitical in nature, it has to go, and this is why I'm speaking so much, because like I say, I'm here, I'm English, I can reach out to a different audience that as a Colombian would be difficult. I'm capable, and I know I'm being well supported behind the scenes, and thank you for all those that are really on it, paying close attention and monitoring. Very complex. It's very complex. It is very complex, and yeah, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult situation for everybody involved. Those on the right side, those on the wrong. So let's see what the day brings. I'm relaxed now. I've meditated well this morning, a couple of hours. Calm down. And my vitamins and minerals, my magnesium. Nervous system last 2-3 days been totally shot again. Totally shot. Since the court happened in Victoria, the first when I went, it's kind of like a relapse, nervous system relapse. It's bloody hard work, but it's okay. Don't even want to talk about it, but I feel I have to, because from when a criminal case was put against me, let me say this, I'll finish on this. Another reason why I am determined to keep being public and to share my life, right, with whoever wants to look at a video, because something snapped in my brain when the criminal case, right, of abusing my own child was put against me by the mother and social services. I felt that I was under observation then, and I still feel that they've got overarching powers in Colombia, the police. They get away with a lot of stuff, like the illegal visits to my house without a proper order. They get away with a lot. I lost the point. Bloody hell, I was finishing. Yeah, it's gone. So if those that are in charge are running around behaving like just basically a group of flying monkeys, doing everything at the request of the person who's suffering from MPD to the extreme, supporting all of the illusions of grandeur, all of the illusions of self, right, and at the same time like assaulting with the police repeatedly the father in front of the child. What does that say to Matteo about the state of things? Because he's not stupid. He knows that his mum's not well, and he knows that his dad is still here, and that he didn't see his dad on his birthday and Christmas because of his mother and because of the police and everybody else. He's not a stupid boy. He knows the liars. I've told him, bunch of liars in there, Matteo told him, Wilches, I said they're just liars, psychologists, all of them, and this is why I'm in this problem now, because they're not being honest, Matty. I'm sorry, lad. I had to tell him. So I'm not gonna be assaulted by these people and allow my boy to see his father like passive and not saying anything about the abuse. Like he saw like his mother and his grandmother abusing me all those years, and I had to listen to them as well, speaking bad about me all the time, and scaring him that I'm going to take him away and not bring him back. His mother has been doing that for years. Yeah? Ask Matteo what his mum thinks if he goes to England. You know, so there you have it. There you have it. Let's see what the day brings. See what happens, and hopefully more positive movements will come on both sides, on the project side and on Matty and I being together. Happy, relaxed, playing, enjoying the life, you know. Planning, a plan something together would be nice. A plan for life, you know, a little plan. Like, what should we do tomorrow? You know, whatever. Okay, besos.